Hey everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to fetch data by using ID in MySQL by using Flask Python. So let's get started. So I've already written the code for how to connect Flask with MySQL and also post data. So if you want to watch the entire tutorial on that, you can just click on the card that is appearing on top, because in this video I'll be just showing you fetch by ID operation. So let me explain you the code. So for this we'll be requiring two Python packages. One is Flask and another one is MySQL connector Python. So we begin by importing our Flask as well as our MySQL connector package, and next we'll be creating a Flask variable app, then the connection variable which will have the host name, username, password as well as database name, and next this is the post operation that I've written, the fetch all operation that I've written, and this is the main function. We will run the application by using the code app.run. Simple stuff. So let me just write the code for fetching data by ID. So it's going to be define, let me have the function as fetch by ID, and we will be actually getting the ID from the URL. So I'll be passing the ID something like this. So we'll be having the path and we will just send the ID here. So we will be accessing the ID from the URL itself as a parameter. So we will define a path for it. It's going to be at app.route. App is the Flask variable which I showed you earlier, this one, Flask variable, and inside this we need to specify the path. So I'll just have it as slash fetch by ID, something like this, and slash, and this is where we need to access this number that we are sending from Postman. So for that we have to specify the data type. So it's going to be int, then colon, the variable name. So this variable name can be anything. I'm just giving it as ID over here. So this is it. You need to have this particular statement over here. Next thing is we need to pass this ID here also. Just put here ID as a parameter. Okay, and after this come back here, comma, methods equal to square bracket, we need to put get. So we're making sure that this is a get operation because we're fetching data. Okay, now let's jump into the code. So first let me create a cursor variable, cursor equal to our connection variable, this one, connection variable db equal to db dot cursor, and we will pass here dictionary equal to 2. So we are passing this because by default it returns data in tuple format, which is quite hard to process. We need to do for loops and create that into a normal list. By using dictionary true, we will be directly getting in a proper structure rather than tuple. Alright, next is cursor dot execute. We'll be writing here our SQL query, which is going to be select asterisk from the table name. So in my case I'm connecting to my database in my MySQL workbench. So I will go to my MySQL workbench. Here you can see inside my database I'm having a table named as students. So this is the table. So my table name is students here. So I'll just go to the code, select asterisk from students. As usual we will be using the var clause, something like this, yeah, and we have to put the ID, the column ID equal to, so in my table I'm having the ID column, so I'll put that there, percentage yes, and after the double quotes, comma, circular bracket, ID, comma. So you need to put a comma over here because this is a tuple. If you skip this comma, this won't be considered as a tuple and you may get errors. So put this comma also over here. That's the code. And next line, it's going to be data equal to cursor dot fetch all. So basically we are extracting the data from this cursor object. Let's close the cursor. So it's going to be cursor dot close because we have fetched the data. Okay, so no need of that variable anymore. And final thing is return JSONify data. We're sending it as a JSON back to our Postman as a response, and this JSONify comes from Flask. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. Save it, and for running it, it's going to be Python filename.py, and now go to Postman. First thing is make sure that you're changing the path to get because it's a first operation, and have this path http :/localhost 5000, and next thing is you need to copy the path. So my path over here is fetched by id. I will just copy this path, put it here, that's it, and I will go with 2. The id is going to be 2, send it, and here you can see I'm getting the data. So if I go to my table, 2 is this value. If I go with 4, I have to get j over there, send it, I'm getting 4. Basically I'm getting it in the form of a list. And if I go with some random id, I will go with 10. I'm not having 10 over here. If I send it, I'll be getting an empty one, so it doesn't even throw an error. So basically you can have a check condition or something. If it's empty, which means the id doesn't exist. So that's the video, guys. I hope you'd have found it useful. Do check the playlist of my channel. I've done a lot of thread operations by using MySQL, MongoDB, as well as PostgreSQL with Spring Boot, Node.js, and Flask, as well as AI, APIs, and tools. Check the playlist, subscribe me. Thanks for watching.